Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today what we're going to do is go over your PS Plus games for the month of March 2024. This month is a little bit weaker than I'd like to see, however, there might be a little bit of something for everybody out there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we do is we're going to go over your PS Plus games for March of 2024. Let's start off with the biggest one, in my opinion, the biggest get, if you will, and that's going to be Sefue. Now, Sefue is a great game made by an indie developer and everything like that. This was highly praised, and praised once this was dropped not too long ago, I would say. I mean, obviously it's been some time, but it's a very tough game. However, it's one of those games that has that great hook. It has that great gameplay hook that sinks into you, and you can sit there and get much better. You're going to fail and fail and fail again, but you're going to eventually understand the mechanics, the combat, the story, how everything just kind of gels together. Once you start understanding that a bit more, it just all kind of makes sense and it fits in there. And there's a lot of opportunity for growth in this game, but ultimately, this game is just so good. Nothing but praise from the community. And again, the fact that it was a timed exclusive for a short amount of time, so that was great as well. Now, this is also available on Xbox, but not via Game Pass. This game did sell well, did perform well, and it has a brand new DLC. If you did play this back when, and you do want to give it a go now, it does have that DLC for you going forward, which is like a lot of arena battling and such like that. But this game was really a unique game, and I definitely implore a lot of you out there to check it out. Now, if you're more of the casual type, just understand this game is brutally hard, even on the easiest difficulty settings, but don't let that deter you. Go check it out yourself. Going on to the next game here, we do have Hello Neighbor 2. Now, this is obviously the sequel to the first one, so if you were a big fan of the first one, haven't tried the second one, this is your opportunity to check this out, of course. This is a lot of kind of fun, like, suspenseful gameplay with a little bit of, puzzle solving and stuff like that, a lot of stealth. All that good stuff. So there's a lot to kind of behold there. The first one did incredibly well. There's been some spin-offs as well for this game, but ultimately it's what you know, right? Hello Neighbor 2 eventually hitting this type of service as well. So not much to go over in my opinion. I think the game is actually really well done, and that the first one was really, whimsical in its own way if you do want to view it in that form. But really a lot of people resonate with this game and are really having a following with it. So for some reason you've missed out. I believe that the first Hello Neighbor has also been on the subscription service or PS Plus. I could be wrong there, but I thought it was. If not, you can definitely pick it up on the cheap. So if you do end up enjoying this one and checking it out, for sure do the first one, because that one was very well done as well. Moving on to the third game in here, and we do get 4 in the helping, of course, but the third game is going to be Destiny, the Witch Queen expansion. Yes, you're getting another expansion in there. Now, I think Sony has some play with that, as they do own Bungie now, of course. So even though this is a multi-plat game, you're going to get some of those benefits over in the PlayStation ecosystem. I know there's been a lot of ups and downs with the Destiny 2 game itself and the community, of course. Even the most diehard community fans have had issues with Destiny. However, I think if you're just able to get in there, it's a free-to-play game. This is not the first free expansion that Sony has offered via the catalog, but it is in there now. And I heard this was a solid one, at least. I don't think it's the worst one by any means. But, as long as you're getting that content, and if you didn't pay for it already and you want to jump back in and check it out, well, at least now you're up to the Witch Queen expansion, right? And DLC. But I've always thought, the gameplay itself in Destiny has been great. It's always just been that in-game content they've had issues with, sometimes with PvP issues and stuff like that as well. But if you're more of a PvE player, I think there's going to be a lot to uncover for you if you have not gotten this far thus far in the game itself. So definitely check that out. Now, I saved the not best for last, in my opinion. Again, everybody has their own, has their own taste and everything like that. I don't want to poop on a fandom here, but we do have F123, which is, of course, Formula 1 23 from EA. Now, if you are into these types of games and the Formula games or racing games in general, then there you go. You do have the opportunity to check this out, and I'm sure it plays pretty well. I'm sure it's fun for those that are into this type of genre, especially the F1 Formula 1. I think that's even more of a niche byproduct when it comes to racing, as opposed to even Gran Turismo. I don't know, I'd put a D at the end, but you know, that, and even Forza Motorsport and stuff like that. So but however, again, there are fans out there, so when I say there's a little bit of something for everybody, there really is. Maybe more so for the casual on side when it comes to, you know, Hello Neighbor 2, because that's just, I think, something for everybody. Those first-person shooter fans, though, that do enjoy, you know, Destiny 2 enough, you got that DLC. And for the hardcore fans, I think you have something to really check out if you have failed to do so, or just did not have time due to your backlog, or maybe your backlog's still an issue and you're still trying to wrestle with sefue anyways. But definitely check that out. And of course, for the racing fans out there, if you are into Formula 1, there you go. So it's not just, you know, like I've always touted, it's not the same type of genre. Platformer, first-person shooter, or, you know, RTS or whatever. It's always going to be different genre. And that's what I do like to see out of these, you know, whether it be indie, AA, AAA, stuff like that. So I think it's an okay helping, definitely not the strongest, but do keep in mind we just recently received Helldivers 2, and we've recently received Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and there is even more on the horizon, as well as a lot of plethora of multi-plat games that are releasing, especially in March. So I can understand maybe this month's not being super, you know, intuitive when it comes to the big games or something like that they've been dropping. So I think a lot of those get, you know, overshadowed, really. So that being stated, that is your game catalog for, again, month of March 2024 for PS Plus Essential. So hopefully you enjoyed something, or you can find something to like out of this, you know, month's catalog selection. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Leave a like, comment, always helping out the algorithm. I do appreciate you all so much. At this point of recording, we are at 1,374 subscribers out of that 1,500 goal. Definitely climbing there. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for also sticking around and supporting a small content creator like myself. So much ado to go on forward. Get ready for the next video, and we will see you next time on the next Xvault gaming video. Take care.